See that one coming down? Over there? Right on the entrance. See that one with the tank on it? Yeah, the one with the tank. You can put the coaches. That one's called that.
Dave Baker, would you meet Dave Douglas, Lieutenant in Railway Staff, please? Dave Baker, Lieutenant in Railway Staff. Thank you.
Well, you just watch when it comes back. Because it will. There's enough.
Which way, Brian? All right. Sure. When you're in your, Mr. DeVille.
and went down into wagons, but I've had it it's got cropped up round sod year old.
Look, Velcro. Pack.
Yes, but it wasn't a force. Because I tried it all the week, like so and so like failed, and somebody else said, somebody else said, and it was
Have you found that brush yet, Neil? I'll have to check the list of logbook fellas. Have we got any chicken in that size?
Got what we knew from the old sweats. And providing you listened to them, you're alright, but if you didn't do as they said, they wouldn't hesitate to put you in here and say, that's not the way we showed you.
Throughout the Swindon works, people were more often referred to not by name, but by nickname.
It went all in the shop like that. We had another bloke and he used to wear his glasses, old fella, and he wore his glasses on the end of his nose, and he was a proper old woman, you know, and they called him Granny.
In contrast to the majority of workshops, because of the need to keep the furnaces active, the foundries usually worked in shifts, right round the clock.
They were talking about nights to me. I hated it. I thought it was a cat's whisker when I was told to go on nights. So I thought, well, great, I can work nights and I can through the rain all day, which I'd done the first day. Following night at work, I fell asleep on the job.
Although casting may have been regarded as at most a semi-skilled job, it was nevertheless a job with its own very special rewards.
I loved making all the intricate work. The headboards on the clothes, I made all those headboards, and we made them in what we call cream sand, which was an old-fashioned method. If it was not for casting, then I knocked the casting out the box and looked at it, and it was a good one. I used to think, oh, great, you know. Very proud.
Throughout virtually all its long life, in peacetime at least, recruitment to the Swindon works was almost totally restricted to close relatives and dependents of existing employees. Many Swindon schoolleavers found their careers already decided by their railroad fathers.
I wanted to be a motor mechanic. That was my ambition. But he said, no, you're going inside. And I put your name down. I don't think he realised really what the family was like anyway. I called it Hell's Kitchen because that was precisely what it was. And when they were trundling these trolleys with molten metal, I had to have one eye open as if something coming in and come beyond me because I couldn't skip out of the way. I got an artificial leg. And what danger was that I would sort of be in their path because I mean you couldn't stop them and they couldn't put the brakes on them.
Perhaps surprisingly, learning the intricacies of casting work within the foundries was also largely a matter of personal initiative.
We had to pick up what we knew from the old sweats. And providing you listened to them, you're alright, but if you didn't do as they said, they wouldn't hesitate to clip you around the ear and say, that's not the way I showed you.
Throughout the Swindon works, people were more often referred to not by name, but by nickname.
It went all in the shop like that. We had another bloke and he used to wear his glasses all the time. He wore his glasses on the end of his nose and he was a proper old woman, you know, and they called him Granny.
In contrast to the majority of workshops, because of the need to keep the furnaces active, the foundries usually worked in shifts, right round the clock.
Don't talk very nice to me. I hated it. I thought it was a cat's whisker when I was told to go on nights. So I thought, oh great, I can work nights and fool around all day, which I'd done the first day. Following night at work, I fell asleep on the job.
Although casting may have been regarded as at most a semi-skilled job, it was nevertheless a job with its own very special rewards.
I liked making all the intricate work. The headboards on the locos, I made all those headboards, and we made them what we call green sand, which was an old-fashioned method. If it was an awkward casting, and I knocked the casting out of the box and looked at it, and it was a good one, I used to think, oh, great, you know. Very proud.
To close relatives and dependents of existing employees. Many Swindon school leavers found their careers already decided by their well-known fathers.
I wanted to be a motor mechanic. That was my ambition. But he said, no, you're going inside. And I put the name down. I don't think he realised really what the family was like anyway.
I called it Hell's Kitchen because that is precisely what it was. And when they were trundling these trolleys with molten metal, I had to have one eye open, is there something coming, and coming behind me, because I couldn't skip out of the way, I've got an artificial leg. And one danger was that I would sort of be in their path, because I couldn't stop them, and they couldn't put the brakes on.
Perhaps surprisingly, learning the intricacies of casting work within the foundries was also largely a matter of personal initiative.
We had to pick up, wouldn't hesitate to clip you around the ear and say, that's not the way I showed you.
Throughout the Swindon work,
this is where locomotive boilers were. Workshop is filled with scores of work, riveting, hammering, steam, and competition.
for several months, gave the erecting shop an excitement and a status all its own. For each new locomotive was different, and often in very unexpected ways.
It seems silly to say it, but we could tell a locomotive after the fire very often by the smell of the oil and the water and the steam. They seem to be particular to each locomotive. Probably not, but we believed it at that time. And it was fantastic to see the final locomotive built, knowing it was built. There were so many components arising from so many shops.
Just looking at King George V, that's a classic example. You can't believe all those parts were made in Swindon.
Within the Swindon works, the vast acres of the erecting shops held a special magic. For this was where the new steam locomotives were built, erected slowly and painstakingly, piece by piece. But for most workers, at least at the outset, the bulk of their time was spent in the far less glamorous task of stripping and repairing existing GWR locomotives.
The men and the apprentices work on them. If they got extremely dirty, were paid dirt money, which was an additional payment to your wages for working, say, in smoke boxes where it was very dusty, sooty and what have you.
Well, you had no protective gear, you just had a handkerchief over your mouth and your nose and that was it.
Each locomotive required literally thousands of different metal components to be carefully assembled. Once complete, they could also be tested on the works test plant, known by the men as the home trailer.
Not every steam locomotive they produced or repaired went on to the testing plant. They used to be the problem ones. If one had terrific vibration, this sort of thing, fault finding.
Despite all the many hardships, however,
Coastal Streams, Great Western Rail.
Railway to link London with Bristol. Something of the sort had long been talked about within the business world, relaxed. Not everyone shared the same confidence in my skills, however. But when the tunnel opened, more nervous passengers chose to leave the train and take the road across the top.
This brilliant engineering...
Is it?
And so because there's 4,000 miles.
Yeah, that wasn't there before, was it?
We're not far from Wilton now. The trick with a huge piece of machinery like this is to start braking very gently and let her run into the station. So first ease off the regulator, readjust the reversing lever to pull the cut off. Good. Now put your hand on the brake and gently move to the left.
The left?
Just as well I'm here to help, you have got to use the brake nice and gently to bring her to a smooth stop.
Yeah, that's the brake, is it? It doesn't go to the left.
Look at it. Broken oranges.
We're here. Make sure that
Did you notice the tree on the bar?
But the normal beaker,
Right.
you can see the roller shot goes through it.
Okay then.
It's a good point. Good point. The place was about all right.
Just that laughing. Sounds like the final person that's confirmed it all round.
Go on, you can do it.
Go down.
They're definitely not going to be
No,
here
they've
now.
already said they're not coming. I didn't give them enough. I forgot to tell them until Friday night that we'd be down here. We need the doctor.
Could run over. This will make
Fatten the rubber these bikes every time. Paula was doing that.
Yeah, you can't see him from when you're sitting down.
What's worse is the two little bucket and the milk churn by the hut.
Oh, yeah.
Paul got it so good, he lowered it down so the edge of the wood come right down beside the hut. And we sort of said to him, you know, there's a couple of things down there.
Doing what?
Train.
Do you? Oh, I can go around it. Go around.
We haven't finished doing that one.
There you go.
Right.
We'll have to have another go with the trains.
Because I'm not
You can do it all the time if you want. As long as they say you can, you can.
Right, there's nothing there at the moment, I'm afraid. We'll have to wait until we've got the train to make up.
All right.
Yeah.
You drunk again?
Right, you're going to sit up on the...
Right, okay.
That's some really strange things.
Hang on to that one then.
Oh, that'll do.
Ready? Right, we've got some cards around down here already. Right. Are you going to take those, right?
I was going to do something with them, but why not?
There's one there and one there, so it's going to come into there.
So we need to move that one out of the way.
We can lift it and put it somewhere else.
Excuse me?
In the way now.
No. No.
That needs to go somewhere else. Then we go down there.
Oh,
yeah.
And
I wrong way.
how we split it, but we split up and I ended up driving over the cob.
That's where...
Oh, he wanted to walk the cob. I ended up driving over the cob, pulling in and walking back, and he was walking the cob. So we came to walk down, and then the navigator came down. Then there's this train shunting around, and the train was balanced on the front of the train. And that got him. What's that cup of tea doing? Obviously, he keeps it on. Why the years later, he kept going on about it. There's a train that got to
Margaret has always we had a holiday in Wales all 10, 15, we were 20 years ago. Rain every single day. And we said, look, I tell you what, we'll go up to the railway, don't matter if it rains. The sun shone and it was steaming hot the whole day. Next day, it rained again.
Mummy, we're not allowed to go that one.
Must be leaves on the line. Yeah, it could be. Funny kind of snow.
You have to speed up round the corner and back her off.
Yeah, I thought I stopped and then I got into trouble.
Speed up. Look at that. That's about the longest train we've ever seen, isn't it? Hey, there's stop thingy coming.
Yeah, let me.
There's not a car coming.
Oh yeah, that's not It was a bit adventurous, wasn't it? Yeah. Too long, okay. It's still going. Yeah. Well done.
I think I would like the other series.
It's run out of steam. What do you reckon there? 50? Too many. Too many. Yeah, good 61.
Good for the resin bodies, isn't it?
Looks nice though.
All the pipe work and stuff as well.
Eight. Oh, Andrew, look.
Come on, go on the other side. Thank you.
One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's One, two, three, four, five, six, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 17, 18, 19, 20. What's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay.